Virginia's Catholic bishops are voicing their support as legislation to abolish the death penalty passes both the House of Delegates and the state Senate. In a joint statement, Bishop Michael Burbidge of the Diocese of Arlington and Bishop Barry Knestout of the Diocese of Richmond write in part, quote, "As Pope Francis, his predecessors, and the U.S. Catholic bishops have consistently noted, we have other ways to provide punishment and protect society without resorting to executions." And Bishop Burbidge of the Diocese of Arlington joins me now on Skype. Your Excellency, welcome back. So great to have you on. In your statement, you cited the Catechism of the Catholic Church as to why the death penalty is inadmissible. Can you talk more about what it states in regard to the dignity of the person and why it's important to keep in mind when thinking about this issue?
Yes, I think, Tracy, our witness to the sacredness of all human life shines brightly when we protect all of human life and are consistent in that teaching, even those who fail to respect the life of others. And so that consistency in our teaching of the sacredness of all human life from conception to natural death is essential to what we believe.
And as we know, the bishops have really been clear in their position on the death penalty. That being said, what does the passage of this legislation in Virginia represent?
Well, again, Virginia is known for, sadly, for being at the top of the list almost at the number of executions. So the fact that Virginia has taken this stance is a sign of hope that maybe across the nation we can move in this direction. And again, we know that when we talk about the death penalty, and we also know that we are speaking about victims. There are victims of these crimes that have been impacted greatly. And so as we talk about the need to end the death penalty, we are also compassionately mindful of and respectful of those who are suffering. And so our job is certainly to be as a church accompanying those who are in prisons, the inmates, praying and helping them in their conversion, also walking with the victims of crimes and their families in their times of need. So a consistent approach there.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. What else can we do to help support those victims?
Well, again, I think our prayers are listening to them, our stories are being with them and leading them ever closer to the Lord, because ultimately, as we know, it is His healing love that would work that transformation in their lives. So we have to rely on the healing love of our Lord.
Another thing I want to talk about, while Virginia Governor Ralph Northam has voiced his support to eliminate the death penalty, he's also supported legislation to expand abortion access in the state. And I know that's something that you have expressed concern about. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Well, that's a grave concern. This has been a very difficult legislative session for us. And at the heart of that is what we're seeing is that a movement to expand coverage, public coverage, taxpayers' coverage of abortion. And of course, that's completely unacceptable. And most citizens, in fact, actually believe that. But you see, here's where we see the consistency of the Catholic Church, where we can say, as we see some steps the legislation's making, okay, we oppose that, but we can support this. But the thing is, we're consistent because we have the truth. We have the gospel of life, and public expansion of the coverage of abortion and abortion itself, absolutely unacceptable. And the advocacy, the prayer, the witness of the faithful throughout this Commonwealth and throughout our nation obviously are needed more than ever as we see such bills being passed and move forward.
Well, thank you so much for coming on, Your Excellency. We always appreciate your analysis. Bishop Michael Burbidge of the Diocese of Arlington. Thank you again.
Thanks so much, Tracy.